Why hello there. In this video we're going to be talking about what is the difference between a tarot card deck and an oracle card deck. How are they different? Which one do I need? Do I need both? Find out all this and more in this video. So what got you into tarot and oracle decks? Were you stocking up on your crystals and then just your eyes just wandered? Tarot cards. Wow, that's nice art. Were you browsing online? Or have you had friends or relatives get into tarot and oracle and you never thought they would? And here they are using it and now you're interested in using it. Well, there are a few differences between tarot and oracle cards, and by the end of this video you're going to know what. So keep watching till the end. Tarot cards have been around since the 15th century. They were kind of kept on the down low a bit more then because so was spirituality. Free thinkers were evil. So they were used for divination purposes. And a few hundred years after that, the Rider-Waite system became popular. Tarot cards, they have always had the same meanings, the same symbolism, and they've always had 78 cards in a deck, all meaning lots of different things. There are 3 different tarot systems. There is the Thoth Tarot, or sometimes known as Thoth. There is the Tarot de Marseille. There's also the Rider-Waite system. The Rider-Waite system is what most tarot readers know, and it's what most people learn with. I have a Radiant Rider-Waite deck here simply because it's brighter and I like colours. But there are so many decks out there now, tarot decks and oracle decks of different themes. If you like fairies, mermaids, unicorns, medieval times, forests, if you like zombies or 1950s housewives or gods and goddesses or Disney. The tarot cards, they've never really changed from their meaning. There will always be a fool in a deck, a magician in a deck, and so on and so forth. As I said, a tarot deck has generally 78 cards. An oracle deck can have any number of cards, generally from 30 to 60. We will cover more on oracle later on in this video, so keep watching. A tarot reading, it will give you a more honest, a more open, a more detailed reading of where you're at right now, where you've been in the past, where you're going, and pretty much where you're at in any given situation. It could be your love life, it could be your soul growth, it could be your career. There are lots of different spreads that you can do out there, and whatever comes up is usually what's going on or what may need some guidance. If you've ever been to a tarot reading, or you give yourself a tarot reading or somebody else, it's because they're at a point of their life where they need some insights on a situation and where they're going. Maybe they've hit a crossroads. So a tarot card, 78 cards, and is made up of 2 groups. Group number 1 is the major arcana. That's the trump cards, that contains 22 cards. Also the minor arcana, which take up the other 56 cards. The major arcana reflects on archetypes, the soul's journey, the fool's journey. Those 22 cards follow a cycle. They are all numbered and they start at 0 because 0 is the fool card and the fool is the person in charge of the journey. The next people he encounters, the archetypes that he encounters, all the way through to the world card, which is the 21st card. It's 22 cards. Those are the archetypes, symbolism, the situations that he will encounter or we will encounter on our phase. Yeah, you could liken a major arcana to an era or a phase in our lives, because this is what we learn into a lesson. We go into that lesson naive, up for it, mad for it, a little bit devil may care. There are cards in the deck that freak people out if they don't really know tarot that well. The Devil card, the Tower card, the Hanged Man, and the Death card. These life lessons, there is an expansion of soul growth with every lesson that we learn in life. And this is pretty much the major arcana. I will cover and break this down in another video, but today I am just covering the basics because it would melt your head to explain it all now. Now the minor arcana, they kind of add detail to the major arcana. The trials and tribulations, the joys, the blockages, the daily battles that we go through any given day. The 56 cards are made up of 4 suits. Wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. Each suit contains a number from ace through to 10, with the addition of 4 court cards, which are usually page, knight, queen, and king. I'm going to explain all these in the coming video, so do subscribe if you want to learn more about the tarot. I'm just keeping it simple in this one because, like I say, it would melt your head. You see, with all these cards, they have meanings, they have other aspects. There is numerology behind each card too. There's astrological meanings within the tarot too, and each card. And if that's not all enough, you can also read them in reverse, which takes 78 times 2 is 156. So you have 156 potential meanings on top of the other things and on top of the archetypes and the symbology too. The symbology of the clouds, the symbology of the mountains, the symbology of the buildings, the little dog on the Fool card. There's just loads. So that was the tarot system. Now onto Oracle decks. So Oracle decks, they are more fluid, whereas tarot decks are fixed. So as I said a few times, you always get the same number of cards in a tarot deck. In an Oracle deck, it will differ from deck to deck. Generally, the card count on a typical Oracle deck will be something between 30 and 60, maybe more, maybe less. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to describe the Angels and Ancestors deck. I'm going to use that. If you are interested in watching what beauty resides in this deck, then I will leave a link in the description. You will pull a card in a typical Oracle deck. Hope you can see that okay. And it will usually have maybe a line or a few words written on that card. You will then use the guidebook that comes with the deck, look up the meaning, and it will give you a message about that card. It will also advise you on where you need to be doing some work. Sometimes that can be shadow work, sometimes that can just be seizing the day. Carpe diem, mofos. Sometimes you will get a deck and it will not have a guidebook. So with that, you would just use your intuition on what that card is telling you. If you're interested in these decks, I'll leave the links in the description for you. So often, if you're just getting into Oracle cards, you can start by picking a card, journaling with it, meditating with it, taking the positive affirmations from it and the positive intentions, and working on a particular area that you feel needs to be worked on. Otherwise, Oracle cards are also great for clarifying things in a tarot reading. Often, if you've gone to a reading or you've watched a reading online, you will generally see the reader take some tarot cards or ask you to pull some tarot cards at the end of the reading so that you can take some going away message. It kind of closes the tarot reading out nicely. Sometimes a card will be used in the middle of a reading, and it may be just that further insight is required on a particular situation or outcome on the cards. If you're finding tarot cards a little intimidating because there is a lot to learn, sometimes starting with an Oracle deck can help you practice to tap into your intuition, which also really helps with tarot as well. It's all about your intuition and the beautiful artwork or whatever artwork that speaks to you. It's important to connect with it, because when you connect with it, you're connecting with yourself and your intuition. Sometimes they can help with setting goals as well. The only thing with Oracle cards, and I know that people have said this before, is that they can be a little bit sentimental. Sometimes you might want to do some shadow work. So maybe finding an Oracle deck that can help you do that can be really helpful to your personal growth as well. Do not fear shadow work. It's good for you. You will also get some Oracle cards which have quite a few sentences on their card, and that's enough. You wouldn't actually need a guidebook. That would tell you enough of what you need to work on or what you can manifest. So after watching this video, where does your interest lie? I hope I've helped clarify the differences between tarot cards and Oracle cards. I would love to hear if there's any particular deck that resonates with you, or if you bought your first deck, or if you've just got tons of decks already. What decks do you like? Do you prefer tarot or Oracle or both? I would love to hear it, so leave it in the comments below. If you're still watching this video, thank you. And I hope it's helped learn the basics of tarot as well as the differences between tarot and oracle cards. If you're interested in this kind of subject, then please hit that subscribe button, because there are going to be more videos on learning tarot, and I'm going to really break it down further into small, manageable chunks. Thank you for watching. Remember to like the video. Love and light.